Hi, I'm Alex McCord and welcome to The Real Deal on thestir.com. Today we are discussing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Atlanta and the year in reality television review. But let's start with Atlanta, or well, Savannah. The girls are still away on their trip. Nene Leakes is not happy. Why is she not happy? Because everybody's crying and it's not her. Now, as every good housewife knows, one of the best ways to pull focus on a reality show is to start crying. You cry, the cameras ask why. They follow you, and since your job security is based on as much camera time as possible, it's a great strategy. Now, Nene cannot complain about Cynthia Bailey crying because Nene's the one who made her cry. I am so over this argument. Nene is beating a dead horse, insisting that Cynthia shouldn't let her daughter date. Guess what? Nene has boys. Cynthia has a girl. Any mom who doesn't have at least one of each doesn't get it and never ever will. There are so many times in my life I wanted to hit girl moms because they've told me how I should be running my boys. They don't get it. This is in reverse. Nene needs to simmer down. And if Nene wanted Cynthia to stop crying, she should have apologized better. But let's move on to Porsha. Porsha says to Cynthia, "I'll see you're crying and I'll raise you to sobbing." Well, she didn't actually say that out loud, but that's what she was saying in my head, because it seemed like a desperate fake attention grab. Honestly, I have to ask you, do you like Porsha? Because I have to side with Nene here. She does seem like she's 30-something going on 15. I am so sick of the sniveling, whining, howling, princessy thing she's got going on. Just grow up. I wanted to punch her. I did find it interesting that the one person who seems to be able to calm Porsha down is Kenya. Kenya, the one nobody likes. It was fantastic. That was my favorite moment of the show. When she's not twerking or antagonizing people or running around with her dog that has diarrhea, Kenya's actually not bad. However, speaking of Kenya, she may have won round 1 with Porsha, but she lost round 2 with Phaedra. I have to say, Phaedra is my favorite Atlanta housewife. She is a Southern belle. She is a master at put-downs with a smile. However, in this confrontation with Kenya, she didn't need to say a word. Phaedra stood far away from Kenya, not giving her the courtesy of getting close to her. She barely acknowledged that Kenya was speaking, and mid-sentence, she pulled out her breast pump and began to pump her breasts. She was in her own little world. Forget Nene and the drag queens trying to school Monique. Phaedra read Kenya without even opening her mouth. Otherwise, I have to say that the Atlanta episode was a little bit snoozy this week, the best part being the cockroach that flew through and Porsha and her new best friend Kenya got to kill it. But with the coming attractions, I think it's going to get better. Those husbands are in the doghouse, right where Bravo wants them. That's one of the reasons this franchise works the best. So, which husband is the doggiest so far? Meanwhile, in Beverly Hills, we have place card drama, men as babies, and a playroom. First off, let me ask you this. Were you shocked by Carlton's playroom? Because I was not. I have to say, this scene kind of offended me because the way it was put together, I think viewers were supposed to be shocked. Oh, what is going on here? There's nothing shocking about it. It's like opening the refrigerator and seeing there's milk inside. Maybe East Coasters are more open, but loads of people have playrooms or outlets for spicing up their sex lives. I mean, I've seen people's architectural plans that include a sex room. Way before books like 50 Shades of Grey, people have been spicing up their marriages for years, and that's healthy, not weird. I just don't like it when reality TV takes a normal thing and makes it into a big, huge, hairy deal. Or, well, not hairy, as the case may be. Next, Yolanda and David Foster had a dinner party with some place cards and some singers and some nonsense. Now, it's pretty easy for Yolanda to say that she and David won't participate unless their group gets some airtime. And it doesn't matter whether the singer's airtime is during rehearsal or dinner or whatever, as long as it makes the show. But let's get to the place cards. Remember, Yolanda has been dealing with Lyme disease for over a year, and I know a couple of people who have it. On bad days, you go completely loopy. Whether that's the reason or not, Yolanda put little hearts on the place cards of the people she liked the best. The cynic in me wondered if a crew member ran around and doctored the place cards, but I don't think Yolanda would have owned it as much as she did if that had happened. At least she didn't draw babies on the place cards, because that would have confused Joyce. My goodness, Joyce is in over her head with these ladies, isn't she? Is she working out as a new housewife? You tell me what you think. And now, as this is the last episode before the new year, can you believe it? Let's do the year in reality TV review. My top 5 moments of 2013. Number 5, Duck Dynasty. Ooh. Phil Robertson may have offended half the world with his homophobic comments, but if the rest of the cast back him up, A&E will follow the ratings and the money and put that guy back on the air. Number 4, the dog that didn't bark, or, well, the apple that didn't bite. Of the entire Housewives franchise, we saw every city but New York in 2013. We saw Beverly Hills and Atlanta twice, plus New Jersey, Orange County, and even Miami. What's the holdup? Do you miss New York? Number 3, the Kardashians. They had a baby, 2 divorces, and an engagement all in 1 year. Now, do you think it's happening organically, or do you think Chris the momager is behind the curtain, telling everybody not only what to do, but exactly when to do it? Number 2, Teresa and Joe Giudice. 41 counts of fraud, plus false impersonation to obtain a driver's license, all going to trial in spring, as Bravo and Sirens madly film their family as much as possible before that happens for the new season. So, their problems started before they were cast on Housewives. Because the show encourages people to live large and spend money like crazy, the show probably did make it worse. Definitely they caught the attention of the feds because they were on TV. So let me ask you this. If you are allegedly engaging in activity that could result in charges of alleged fraud, would you go on TV or would you hide? And number 1, my number 1 moment of 2013 is actually real reality, not reality TV. It is, drumroll, Miley Cyrus and Sinead O'Connor. Forget table flipping. Forget manipulated drama made up in an editing room. You cannot make this stuff up. Although their feud was carried out via open letters to the press, I really wanted to see Miley Cyrus and Sinead O'Connor in a room together, reunion style. Now, Andy Cohen would have to step aside for the taping of this special. I think our new Pope Francis would need to host it. They would probably have to hit each other since neither has long enough hair to pull, or maybe they'd hug it out. Either way, if that could ever happen, oh, I'd watch. Let me know what you thought in the comments. For now, I am Alex McCord. You are watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. See you next year.